Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe.
And I'm Shira.
And today we are playing and reviewing Aquatica and the expansion Aquatica Cold Waters, which is, fairly newish. These are going to be Dice Tower Essentials from Arcane Wonders, and we have both of them, and we're going to be playing and reviewing both. I'll be doing a general overview of how the game plays, kind of focusing more on general ideas, and then as well as the expansion differences, and the base game for those who don't know, so you see what you're, I guess, missing out on if you haven't played the base game. And then from there we'll be going into our review of the game. Timestamps down below in case you only care about the opinion part, which, speaking frankly, when I watch most videos,
Skip ahead.
I mostly skip ahead, so I don't know what I'm doing here. Either way, let's go ahead and put this down over here, and let's start this off. So, Aquatica is going to be a game that, first of all, the length of the game is definitely going to vary. That's a big part of the game. We have personally found the base game is quicker, and the expansion adds a little bit of time, but I think, well, let's save opinions till later. So, the game is basically going to come down to, think Concordia, think Century Spice Road. You're going to have a hand of starting characters that you have, and on your turn, what you're going to do is you're going to play a card and take the, that's a terrible card to play as your first action. You're going to play a card, and you're going to take the action on that character. Those actions are going to ultimately come down to a few different things. Primarily, they're going to involve buying characters, which will enable you to have more actions and better actions, and actions that build out your flow. Alternatively, conquering or buying locations. And then, we could have recruit a character. We have scouting, which adds new locations. Conquering. We have scoring locations, which we haven't talked about. We have gain a thing and buy a location. And then we have the card that lets you pull back all your stuff, as well as unflipping all your mantas. Because these mantas are going to be effectively extra actions in the game. What you have is you have two types of extra actions in the game. The first is going to be mantas, and they're not so much extra as they are augmenting, which is going to be these mantas. What you're going to do is you're going to be able to cash them in when you're doing a different action. You'll go ahead and say, you know what, I'm conquering a location, but I need one more military strength, so I'm going to flip that and take one more military strength. At a certain point, when you play your Matrona card, which is going to be that card that gives you back all your stuff, you're also going to unflip your mantas, and there are other ways to manipulate stuff over there. Secondly is when you gather locations, you'll notice locations have a conquer cost, a buying cost, as well as all these pretty little bonus actions on the side. The way that works can be fairly innovative. These are going to slide into your player board up to the top section they potentially have over there, and then as you take actions, you can slide them up to further augment the action you're taking. So for example, in this case, when I'm conquering a location that has the little orange symbol over there, I can slide this up to get an extra 2 strength for that conquer action. Along the way, the game, and you're going to keep doing things like this to ultimately get more and more points. Once you slide this all the way to down over there, you can try to score that location using various scoring symbols, such as the wave tail over here. That allows you to score 2 cards. That means 2 cards that are over here, all the way up, push up to the top, and I can now take it and score it once I use that symbol over there. Game end is going to be triggered by one of 3 things. Either the location that completely runs out, or the character that completely runs out, or alternatively, we cash in our 4 mantas on these bonuses up top. These are going to be bonuses we get in the game that are going to cost us money and or point cards to acquire them. When we do so, we'll put our manta on it, we lose the manta, and we're going to get the ability, which is points and or abilities on those cards. These left 4 cards are going to give you points plus ongoing bonuses. These right 4 cards are going to give you points of the situational points, depending on how you did in different things, as well as one-time abilities. Now, this is where the expansion is going to be different than the base game. The expansion is introducing a few things. It's going to add more characters. It's going to add more kings, which we haven't really explained. Those are going to be starting characters that differentiate our hands. It's going to be adding new locations, a full new location type. It adds a 5th player in case you want to play with 5 players. And it changes up the entire scoring of the game. You see, normally in this game, the way you would do in the base game is you score based on fulfilling different criteria up here. So for example, this card over here is going to say that if you are able to get 5 locations on your board, you can immediately cash in your manta to get 8 points. The next person to do so gets 5 points. And there are all these variable scoring goals as well, so you can play with different options over there. We have personally found the base game to be a bit quicker than the expansion, but we'll get to all of that as we play. And that's going to be a high-level overview. There's a few things we're missing out on, a few little notes we didn't talk about, such as these blank spaces on the cards, which you can't automatically skip past, things like that. The fact that these characters cost coins, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. We'll cover all of that as we play. And with that, Shira, do you want to start us off?
Are we going to get a king?
Oh, we're going to get a king. Yes, we're going to get a king. The king module, this is a module, so it's not, if we start without it, it's totally okay. It's not a big deal at all.
Like we have done before.
This is a module. Yeah, first game I think we did not play with these. I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 of those. You're going to pick one, which means if you're picking first, I'm going first.
Yes.
So, you're going to go ahead and pick one of those first, and these are extra mantas we can earn throughout the game as well. Shira's going to pick a king, so to speak, a king or queen that's going to be added to her starting hand and give her a unique ability. And then on my end, I will get one of the 2 remaining, but since I picked second, I get to go first.
That's interesting. There you go.
Okay.
Should I say what my king
Go
is?
ahead. Yep.
My king is I get to pay 1 coin to copy the effect of 1 character from the ocean every time I play this card.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so I can play Xander the Usurper. He's shown up every single time we played these.
Yes.
Or I can do Fancelot the Alluring. After
just-
you gain this lord, gain a +2 money. I do like the +2 monies. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take Fancelot the Alluring. Fancelot's going to allow me to, basically, I immediately get rid of Fancelot, and I take an extra bonus manta. Now, I will note, this is before the review part of the game, but I will say, these purple bonus mantas that you basically have to play with has some of the worst coloring on them compared to anything. The chances, I am curious whether you can even see, the fact that this says 2 money on it. I have no idea. I can see it, but it's certainly not easy, so let's give it a ding before we even start the game. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and start us off. Fancelot actually gets removed from the game because I got the 2 manta bonus instead, the 2 money bonus instead. And I have no idea what I'm doing. So I have +1 military man. Now, each of us has a different starting manta in terms of what we can get over there. I think I'm going to go ahead and start us off. What do we have? So let's go through the characters over here. Gain 1 and recruit a character or buy a location. That's a solid 0-cost card. We have Little Explorer, which is going to be whenever you do a treasure chest, you unflip all your mantas. That is very cool as well. We have the Grabber. I know it has a side ability. We'll cover that when we come to it. We have the Grabber, which is conquer a location, then conquer another location. Gets you 2 conquers at once. You have to pay for them both, so it gets a little harder. The Healer pays 1 to play any character from your discard pile. The Anglerfish lets you conquer 1 location from the discard pile for free, or raise 1 card all the way up to the top. And
I like that
yes,
one.
and the Researcher is 3 money and other players. 3 upgrades and other players upgrade 1. So many things I want to do. I'm going to start with my initial instinct, which is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do things.
I know what you're going to get.
Do you? Do you, though?
I do.
Do you? Because I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh.
I really don't. I really, really don't. But I think I'm going to go ahead and... I guess that one works for me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play, get this, gain 3 and conquer 1 location. I'm going to go ahead and, so this is going to give me, I'm playing my Legionnaire. It's going to give me 3 military strength and a conquer location. I'm going to acquire this location, which means I go ahead and I already have that over there and I'm prepped for my next conquests. Now your characters are going to go down here. You can go ahead and go. These areas are not going to fill until we get the Explorer.
Right. I'm also going to play my Legionnaire.
Okay.
And get this one for
That's
3.
unfortunate. I wanted that one.
Well, you should have taken it. You went
No,
first.
no.
I'm going to put him right over here. Your turn.
You kind of ruined that for me.
I don't apologize.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go ahead and scout. Okay, so now here's how this plays out. So I'm going to scout. What that means is I'm going to move all these cards up here. If there are more than 4, then any extras would be discarded. We're going to go ahead and put out 6 new locations. And then from there, I can choose any of these locations to basically conquer. And these ones up here always have a discount of 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and conquer this location, which is going to cost me 1 for my scout. It costs 4 because of the discount, so it's 1 for my scout, 2 by me sliding this up over here, and then 1 from my default catch-all. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that and slide it into my player board. And then it's your turn.
Nice.
Thank you.
1.
I'm surprised you didn't take the first character.
Gain 1, recruit 1 character, or buy 1 location.
Yep.
There's a better character that I
There's
want.
multiple characters that I want. I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, to put a manta up here, in the base game, you simply put one up, plain and simple. In the expansion, to put a manta up there, you have to use a buy a character action. So a card will say buy a character. You can either buy a character or put one of your mantas up there.
I am going to actually scout again.
Go ahead. So just copy my actions. No
Basically.
problem. No problem
These
at
all
all.
go into the discard.
So those go straight to the discard pile. It's not like I can think of... Oh, you choose what goes up. Choose which 2 get discarded. Guys, I'm blue, 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 blue.
These 2 get discarded. And then this one goes up. And
You okay?
I am going to take this one.
Ooh.
It's a very easy score.
It's interesting because I was actually debating doing that. Okay. Excellent. We also put out new locations.
This way, when you say all characters, flip a treasure chest.
You're already
There's
prepped?
one already prepped. You have a tendency to do that.
Do I even have that card? Isn't that the Researcher over here? No, that's a different card. Is that a basic card? No, that's one you have to buy.
It will eventually come out, and you'll buy it.
Okay, cool. And we have different locations, and I can do that. I also have +2 money. all these different options that I can choose to pursue. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play Sea Lord, who's going to say gain 1 and buy a location. So I have 1 plus my 2 that I'm going to flip, my 2 money bonus manta, and that's going to give me 3, which I'm going to use to slide up over here. Just stocking up on all those locations. Your turn.
I'm going to do my king card.
Hey, you're not copying.
Delighted. Pay 1 to copy the effect of one character from the ocean. So I'm flipping over my manta.
Okay.
And I'm copying this effect. Conquer 1 location from the discard pile for free. Now you know why I put all the expensive ones here.
That's reasonable. Yeah, this particular card, Anglerfish, solid card. Solid card. I think I won the first game with that one, and I mean, I think the second game it didn't prove to be as strong, and the third game as well, but we'll see.
I got it the second game, and it proved to be very useful.
Did you win the second game? Oh, didn't you win the first 2? I think you lost the third.
Yes.
So maybe you did win the second game.
Yes.
Okay, my turn.
That's such a nice card. 9 points.
My turn. I think, given the situation here, I'm a little bit upset because I want to do so many different things over here. But
that's a very big challenge.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do some things. I'm gonna go ahead and recruit a character. I think I'm just gonna recruit the one for free. So I'm taking the Diplomatic Crab. It goes straight into my hand. These all move down, and it's your turn.
Cool.
But the new card that comes out is going to be Sneaky Eel. Scout, gain 2, and buy 1 location. Ooh, you get to scout and gain 2. Ooh.
We're just gonna be scout before your main action. I do like this side ability.
They're all fun. They're all fun abilities.
I don't want to copy you though. I'm tired of copying you.
It's a shame. You can copy me if you want.
No, thank you. I am going to do this. I'm going to flip this to move a character up to here, and then I'm going to use 2+ for a blue card and +2 for a blue card, and get this blue card or that blue card. This blue card.
'Cause I'm blue.
So then I slide these up.
Okay.
And put this in. There we go.
My turn?
It is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play my Diplomatic Crab, who's going to let me gain 1 money and recruit a character or buy a location. I'm going to buy the Grabber. And these are all going to shift down. And it's your turn. And I got 1 money and I spent that 1 money on the Grabber.
Could I have used, to do that action, could I have used the Sea Lord?
I don't know what you did. What did you do last action?
I used cards, and they're, the fighting
I don't know
symbol.
what you did last time. What did you, what are you asking?
I bought a card from here.
Yes. Okay.
I just didn't buy it with money.
How did you buy it?
With...
Show me, what are your cards did you play last turn?
I realized I didn't play a card, so that's what I'm
doing.
doing.
You have to absolutely play a card, yes.
Right, so I'm realizing, can I play this
You cannot buy
card?
a location that has a military might.
You can't.
That has to be money.
Darn. Okay.
You just cheat already?
I did cheat.
Already?
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you caught it. There'd be 14 comments in the comments down below otherwise.
There would. I'll unflip the one.
By the way, the degree of impressiveness that are on the comments where people are like, well, on this turn you did this, and 3 turns ago you did that, and you could have done that. I've gotten full play-by-play playthroughs of what I should have or could have or tactically rule-based did. They are impressive. I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm totally okay with them. It helps me stay on top of my game, but it's impressive.
Buying this one for money.
Okay. And it's my turn. Gonna be okay. Got no clue what I'm doing here. Gonna be okay. I want to do things, but none of the things that I currently want to do are beneficial. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this character over here. I'm gonna do my Matrona. I'm gonna take back all my characters, unflip all my mantas. That card's gonna go away. That's right. Bye-bye card.
It's okay. It's
Pretty
over
pretty
here.
card. Okay. It's over where? Oh, it's over here. We got another one. Look at that. Okay. And that's your turn. And the Matrona does not get discarded. It stays in your hand. In case that wasn't clear.
I am gonna also do my Matrona.
Just copy me again. It's all good.
All my cards. Unflip this. And this card gets destroyed.
Okay.
Your turn.
These slide down. They'll put on top of the... I imagine putting on top is easier. Yeah, we have these little cramped kind of player board situations, so you can both see all the player boards and all that. In fact, let's make sure this... Slide that in a bit. Put that on top. Okay. Just making sure it's on the top cam. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Seahorse. I'm going to Scout, pushing all these to the what's it called? To the bye-bye Regions of the Ocean. And my Seahorse is going to go away. I have +1 for Military Might. Ooh, I do like that card. And I'm gonna do some things. And then I have +1 to conquer a location. I think, given the context here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this location over here. Okay, and your turn, sure.
I'm recruiting an agent.
Ooh, enjoy it.
Did you see it?
Enjoy it. That's not the game I'm playing at all. I'm playing a different game.
Good.
Okay, we're gonna move this over here and slide these down. And then I believe I have to just make sure I can do this properly. Okay, we have that. I don't know if I could do this properly. I have that. It's unfortunate. It really is a shame. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and Legionnaire. And oh, that's interesting.
What are you trying to buy?
No. I'm trying to do more things than I can actually do. Just leave me alone. It's all good.
Cool.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do my Legionnaire. I'm going to do my Legionnaire. That's exactly what I said. I'm gonna gain 3. I'm gonna flip my disc over here. This allows me +2 to conquer a red location, and I'm going to take this one over here.
You're gonna be filled up on locations soon.
I am filled up on locations already. How kind of you to notice.
I'm playing my Anglerfish,
Okay.
which lets me to conquer 1 location from the discard pile for free. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do gain. No, the other one around. Gain 1. Here we go. Gain 1. Recruit a character or buy a location. Okay, got it.
Yes.
So I'm choosing to do a recruit a character, but more specifically, what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and pay 1 plus 2, 3. That goes over there. Plus 4 plus 5, 6. And I'm going to buy Royal Penguins. So now I have +2 military strength whenever I do anything.
It's considered a character or a location?
Those are specifically considered characters.
Cool.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and toss one of mine up there, and I think I'm specifically going to do the 1 money that I just flipped. It has to be one of your starting mantas, but now I have +2 military strength for any actions I do, which may or may not factor into my massive endgame plans. Your turn, sure.
What's the symbol?
That symbol's going to be you draw back 2 characters after you take a scouting action.
Cool. I was wondering. I am going to, where is it? Do this and treasure chest 2 of my cards.
Okay. Seems reasonable.
This and this. And it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cash in this over here. See this? I'm going to cash in my actions. Some of these actions are going to augment your main action, whether it comes to military might or whatnot. In this case, I'm spending an up arrow action, which is going to allow me to push that up, giving me all prepped for 3 money over there. And then, I think with my 3 money, I'm going to go ahead and recruit a character. I can pay up to 3, so gain 2, recruit a character using that instead of that. I like that over there. I have no more money, so it has to be something. I think I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, kill a whale.
3 money.
I know, which I have. I can bump these both up.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to instead,
you flip all your money coins over?
I'm instead going to only bump up 1 of them, okay? And I'm going to buy Little Explorer, which I'm going to my hand. And then that's all prepped. Now, once I cash this in, something we didn't talk about, once I cash in this card over here, I'm going to get a bonus manta whenever you see those in the bottom middle.
Nice.
Okay, and your turn, sure.
What's the side ability over there?
The side ability is +2 when on the top of your discard pile. So something we haven't talked about, you can go and take your turn, I'll explain this part. Something we haven't talked about is if you have a side ability, which is going to be one of the new things you're going to see in the Cold Waters expansion, is that when it's on top of your discard pile, you have that ability in play. I'm
copying this effect.
Okay. So you gain 2 military might, and then you can buy a character using military might.
Yep.
Go for it.
Military might.
Yeah, this one, Big Bad Walrus is side ability +2 money when on top of your discard pile. It allows you to cascade certain actions in a more fun and interesting way.
And 2.
And so you're buying
4, and then turn off this.
Okay.
5.
That was a military might, I assume?
Yes, it was.
Perfect. Okay.
I turned over the coin to use these.
Just making sure.
Yes. And then I...
Oh, and look who showed up. Meg!
Meg!
Your favorite character.
Eating a whale.
By the way, what does Meg stand for? Because Megs are gigantic sharks, but I forgot. I can Google it later, but in case you have the answer, what does Meg stand for? It's like massive something something, or maybe it just stands for megalithic, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead, and I had a plan. I had a definite plan. It was going to be... I think I can do this. I haven't actually planned out the math, but it's going to be over here, conquer a location, then conquer another location. So I'm going to conquer this location, which is going to cost me 2. Okay, so that, oh wait, 1 second, I'm not going to have to do that. I lied. I'm going to go ahead and file 2 locations, because I don't have locations to conquer. So I'm going to go ahead and score this location up here, and score this location. These are both going to go in my scoring pile over here, and then I additionally get a +1 coin, and it's your turn, Shira.
I see.
So I got a +1 coin stingray thing. Manta ray. That's the word I'm looking for.
Gain I'm going to use my Legionnaire, gain 3 and conquer 1 location.
Okay.
And take this guy.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to use him right away to push 2 things up.
Cool. You want to see this turn? This turn's going to be fun for me.
2. No, I don't then.
That's fair.
What are you doing?
I'm going to play my grabber, and then I'm going to conquer location, then conquer another location. I'm conquering this location, which is going to cost me 2. So far I need to pay 2. And then I'm going to conquer this location, which costs me 3. So
I don't think you could use the locations that you just buy.
So first of all, you can.
You
but
can?
I'm not doing that. It doesn't matter. So, meaning you're allowed to use if you have this card specifically, the FAQ specifically covers, you can use one location to conquer the next.
Okay.
But I'm not doing that. That cost me a total of 5. That's going to be 0 from that, 3 from here, 1 from here, and 1 from here. That's going to be 5, right?
Nice.
Perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and use this to push this up 2, this to score this, which is going to immediately give me a +2 manta, and you can take your turn.
You can also do that again.
I could do that. I could score one.
You could push this up to push this up.
But I don't want to yet. But I could, but not yet. That's fair. Okay, your turn while I find my manta. Here we go.
That was your grabber.
Yes. Yeah, so you can see how the C starts getting a little bit, taken, and you have to start finding things specifically.
Scout. Do I want to scout or gain 1 money? I don't really have...
I don't know.
Much money. I'm going to flip this to push this up. Just so that it's prepped. And then I am gonna scout.
Okay.
These 2 go to the discard. These 3 go up.
Yep. And we got a whole bunch of new cards.
5 new cards. 1.
So it's gonna be 2,
3. 4, 5. Ooh, a red card. Finally. 6.
And there we go.
And then, so
you get a discount of 1.
I get 1. And then I'm going to use 2 from here. 1, 2, 3. And this one.
Yep.
4, 5. 2 by this 5 red. And push him up here. And then I am going to use this treasure chest ability to treasure chest this. Your turn.
This card costs 3 to buy. That's insanity.
Why?
Because it's like a 7 military strength. The gap is so large.
Yes.
I'm clearly going to buy that. I'm going to do gain 1 and buy a location. I'm going to pay... Is that 3? That really is 3.
It is 3.
I'm confused by that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide this up 2. Okay? And I'm going to take that card, slide it over here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have you flip one of your mantas. Do you have any unflipped mantas? Yep. So I'm moving this up to have you flip 1 manta.
Me?
Yes. You have to flip 1 downwards.
That's not nice.
It's not... Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and use this card to push this up 1 slot, and then I'm going to use this card to cash this one in. And then it's your turn.
I'm going to use my Mesmerizer, recruit a character, steal this.
What do you steal? 3. Oh, nice.
And these all shift down.
Okay, don't forget you have +2 military might for your next action. Okay, we have Hungry Arctic Piranha. Look at this one. This is new. We have Treasure Chest. If score location is 3 low. Whoa, Shira, look at this one.
If a score location is 3 or less, you may repeat the treasure chest action until... Yes.
That is very cool.
Our friend had that one last
really?
time.
I totally missed that. That's very cool.
Yes, it was very... I don't think he used it properly.
It probably did not.
But that would not be helpful for you.
It's not helpful for me right now. That's neither here nor there. I'm going to go ahead and retrieve all my characters, flip all my mantas, and Sneaky Eel is going to go away.
Fine. I like the killer whale anyways.
You know what? Liking it has nothing to do with anything, and it is your turn.
It is.
We have another Meg. More expensive Meg this time.
I'm going to push... Oh, I don't want to do her. I don't want to discard that. But I can't...
I hear your pain. I hear and respect your pain.
No.
I mean, yes, I do. I do hear and respect your pain.
No, you don't.
That's fair. I don't.
I like that card so much.
I hear and respect your pain.
Money and buy a location. I can't even do anything.
I hear that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I do have to do Matrona, and you have to go bye-bye. Bye-bye, killer whale. I do like you.
Okay.
Look, Meg is closer. Oh, there's 2 Megs!
I just said that. You didn't pay attention
I did
at all.
not pay attention.
At all.
And now I get to flip all the things that you flipped. And flip.
Okay. Is it my turn?
No. Yes.
Fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use Sea Lord. I'm going to gain... No, that's not the one I'm using at all. I'm using my Recruit 1 character, I believe. So Recruit 1 character. Okay.
Where did you put the discard of this?
I did put this discard over here. I'm recruiting a character. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Sure, ready? So I'm using the 5 points from this. I'm going to be buying this. So I'm placing a Manta over there. I'm going to place this Manta over here. I think, yeah, that seems like a good one. Okay. So situational. Fine, I'm doing it. No, I'm doing it fine. Okay, great. I'm putting this over here. That costs me a total of 9, right? I'm paying with 5 points from a location. One of the things you can do is on all of these, you can pay with locations, which means I owe it 4 money. And I'm going to go ahead and pay 1 and 3, and that's going to be a total of all the money I need to pay.
And this card goes bye-bye.
And this card goes bye-bye out of the game. I do not score for it, but I do immediately get to score for 2 cards, which are going to be these 2.
Nice.
And yes, they are both under 3. Your turn.
I am going to do Theseus.
Is that your card or mine? That's mine.
That's yours.
Yep.
I'm going to pay 1. So flip over my Manta. To copy the effect of 1 character from the ocean, I'm copying the killer whale. Gain 2 and recruit 1 character. Use that instead of that. I'm going to... So I get 2. I need 3 more. I'm going to push this up for 3 and take the killer whale that I just copied. Since I like him so much.
Colossal Squid. Flip 1 Manta to gain 1 money as many times as you want. Buy 1 location. Intriguing.
Yes.
I'm not against that card.
I'm going to use this to push this up so I have things ready to score.
Okay, but it's my turn. It's my turn. I have +2 for conquering, right?
Yes.
I mean, this wasn't that much of a question. But, okay, so I have +2 for conquering. If I do that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. Ready, sure? So I'm doing the following. I'm going to go ahead and play this, conquer location, then conquer another location. And I'm going to take both of these, which is going to cost me a total of 4. And what I'm going to pay for that is going to pay 1, 2 over there, 3 from this one over here, and 4 from this one over here, and slot these in, and it's your turn.
Cool. I'm going to use my Mesmerizer.
Okay.
And recruit a card. Character. I do want them all to face this way, actually. Well, so I can see that. And recruit the big bad walrus. Your turn.
Okay. I'm actually going to do something I don't like doing right now, but I think I have to. I'm just going to use this to bump up a card 2 slots. That's the up arrow. I'm going to slide this up 2. Then I'm going to slide this in to cash that in and get a 2 money symbol.
Nice.
Okay, your turn.
Hey, when I cashed this one in, I got a +1 military might symbol. Are there any of those over here? There is.
You should take those. It's definitely part of the game.
I should take those. I have +2, 1 on top of your discard pile, so I think I will utilize that. What color is that's blue?
What color is this?
I could get a 5-point card.
I want more things that let me do things. I know that's not clear. I understand that's not clear.
I'm pushing this. I have +2, pushing this up. +3, and so that's +5, and then flipping over my purple Manta. That's another +1. And taking this. I don't have any really coin.
Okay. I feel like I'm going to regret this decision, but I'm going to go for it all the same. I'm going to go... You know what? Maybe I should do this. Nope, that doesn't work for me either. Okay. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to scout and gain 1 for... I'm going to gain 1 to conquer location. So this goes away. These all go up. Okay. And then I'm going to scout, drawing new characters out. So, new cards. And this deck, by the way, sure, just to give you a heads up, this deck is running out, which means you may want to consider...
Pointing up?
Just getting some points and stuff. 1 more scout action, and the game's going to be over. Okay.
I think that's how it ended last time, honestly.
Did it? I don't remember. It was pretty close last time, but you haven't been pursuing those, which I think is a mistake.
I know.
Okay. In my case, don't get me wrong, I want to do like 3 more things that I can't do, but I do get to gain a location there, and I have +1 military might for red. I do not have +1 military might for anything else. So, my choices there are more limited than I would like. +1 military might for red. I could take this card for 1, which would give me coins, but I don't care about that. I'm going to go ahead and cash in my military might for red situation to be able to conquer this one. And it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to... I have +2 on top of my discard pile.
Yep.
What do you have to play to put 1 up there?
You're going to be more specific.
What card do you have to play? Recruit a character?
Recruit a character, yes.
Cool. Cool. I do have a question.
Yes.
So my killer whale allows me to use these symbols.
Yes.
Instead of coins.
Yes.
Can I use ones that are specifically colored to go up there?
Ooh. I would assume not, but that's an excellent question that I don't know the answer to at all. That's a very interesting question.
That's annoying.
Because it says gain 2, recruit 1 character. Is that from the expansion? I don't even know. I'm gonna look this up while you take your turn, but assume not.
Assume not.
Assume not.
Fine. So then where's my other?
That's a great question, honestly.
Character? Here's.
It's not in here. I don't know if it's a base game card or not. That's my problem.
Fine. So I'm going to use this to recruit. I'm going to get +2, +4. Flip this to get this, and then +6. 6, and then
Does not seem to be listed.
4
Great question.
is 10, and I am going to put this guy up here.
Okay. And so you immediately get to take back all your characters.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to play Sea Lord. I'm going to gain 1 and buy a location. I'm going to buy this location over here, and then I'm going to do a bunch of things along with it. I'm going to immediately use its action to bump this up, and then that's it. That's the bunch of things I'm doing with it. Apparently very complicated. Your turn.
Yes.
Oh, no, I knew what I wanted to do. Oh, no, you can't do that way. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, never mind. Your turn.
I'm going to do this 2 treasure chests.
Okay.
This and this. And it is your turn.
I have actions that I want to do, none of which are really gonna let me do what I want to do. Okay. None of those really help me. I could buy the most expensive card. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pay this over here. Gain 1, recruit a character or buy a location. I'm buying the researcher, and I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the researcher. That's not what I want to do, but it's no other better cards. Your turn.
Cool. Move your diplomatic card.
Oh, just to be clear, 1 card left over here. So,
why are these decks so small?
Why are these decks so small? It's an excellent question.
Okay. Gain 2 and conquer 1 location.
Now, by the way, you could augment the
this.
size of those decks. If you do prefer a longer game, we're playing a 2-player game, which means we removed character cards and location cards. If you like your game a little longer, if you want that engine to go on a little longer, you can definitely cheat and make the game to be whatever you want it to be.
You can make them longer.
I don't disagree with that at all. That's mine.
That was your diplomatic crap. All right,
my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, sure. You can enjoy this action because you're going to benefit from this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 over there, and just sliding up my cards. And now it's your turn. So you can get 1 free slide.
I get a free slide?
You get a free slide.
Awesome. Put that up there.
Yep.
Oh, I think I also had that card. 3 slides.
It's a free slide!
All players get another one. Oh, well, you have none to slide up. So, I'm going to get a couple free slides.
That's irritating.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Okay.
Gain +2 when on top. 2 plus. I need a 4. 2 and then 4. This is out of the game. And I'm playing a recruiter character. This. And I am putting.
You're recruiting a character?
Yes.
Okay, so you're triggering endgame.
Why?
Or you're putting a thing up there.
Putting a thing
Got
up there.
it. Okay.
I am not triggering endgame.
Yeah,
right?
we wouldn't want to trigger endgame. We're enjoying ourselves. We want to have more fun.
Putting it
Like, there's
up
5 more things I want to do.
here.
I wouldn't possibly trigger endgame. My turn?
Watch you trigger endgame.
I'm
right?
triggering endgame.
No.
Okay, cool.
Wait, I get to do this immediate ability and cash something in. Cashing this one
For
in.
what it's worth, it's not by choice. I forgot.
It isn't?
No, wait, what's not by choice? I'm saying
Triggering endgame?
Well, because at Matrona,
Oh.
I have to discard a card, which means I'm discarding a card. These slide down, which means this deck is now empty, which means we've now triggered endgame. We each get 1 more turn. So I get all my characters back, I flip my mantas, and I'm getting 1 more turn, as are you. So this is your last turn.
I don't really like this.
Don't forget, by the way, if the game ends, you do get 1 point per card in your hand. Factor that into your decisions that you make now. If you have a whole host of cards over there, and it's like 7 points, then don't fight so hard for 3 up here.
Where was that card? Conquer 1 location from the discard pile for free.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm starting this, my last turn. I'm gaining 1 and I'm putting a manta up here along with yours. By the way, it may not have been clear to yourself, but you can have multiple mantas. You can have one from each player color on there.
You have to pay 7.
So that's going to cost me 7 because another player's there. Good point. That's gonna cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These were flipped when I got my mantas back. 6. That's not 7, is it?
No.
No, I'm gonna give up this, but that's still annoying because this is 3 points for me. So I'm giving up this card as a location, and that's my 7, and there we go. And I get to now score all of these. Technically, I get to move 1 up. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
That is why
it actually does matter. It does matter what I put up. Okay, I'm going to move this one up.
Why?
Because, not so much for the mantas, but because this one only gives me bonuses for the ones in my scoring pile. This one allows me to score these, but they're still not in my scoring pile.
Correct.
So I'm going to move 1 up. Okay. And now we score. Are you ready? Are you feeling confident?
No.
I'm feeling confident. By the way, to be fair, I have no sympathy here. She's won most of these games. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the scoring. So, what we're going to do for scoring is you basically score for a few things.
Scoring both of us, or do you want me to score myself?
You can score yourself. But honestly, you should probably score me because apparently twice now I've been caught adding points to myself when I do math.
Yes.
So, just ignore that part.
I will actually watch you score yourself.
So, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points for the cards in my hand. That's going to be that. I'm going to score...
What card did you just play to put up a thing up there?
Over here.
Oh, okay.
I almost thought I cheated there. I thought you caught me. That's going to be 9 points for the cards in my hand. Then it can be 9 plus 10 is going to be 13. So 13 plus 9 is 22. With me on that?
10, yep.
13, we got 22. Then these are going to be the ones I score extra for, so I'm going to score them separately. But we have 13 plus 20. So let's do this one offhand. No, we have 13. So 22, 29. Okay, that's going to go over here. And these are all going to score. Nope, these are not going to score bonus points. Oh, yeah, these are all 3 or less. So these are score bonus points. So at 7 plus 22 is 29. Yes. 29 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. That brings us to 39.
Yes.
Plus another 6 is going to bring us to 45. 45 plus the 2 points for each of those is going to bring 55. 55 plus my 4 points up there is going to bring 59. 59 plus my... I already did that one. That was with ability. So I believe I have 59 points.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to you.
Okay. This is my hand. 1,
yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How many cards did you buy? You bought like all the characters.
Yes.
Okay. 8. Great.
Cards up here. 8 plus 9.
Okay.
Is 17.
Yep.
And then I have that objective where all of these count as well.
Yep.
17 plus 8 is 25. 25 plus 9 is
34.
34. 34 plus 6 is 40. 40 plus 7 is 47. And then I get 2 points for each ocean character in my hand or my discard pile.
What was my score again?
50 something.
It's not looking good.
47. Okay, this is an ocean character. This is not. This is an ocean character. That is not. Not. Yes. 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 Does my king count?
Nope.
Fine. 47, 49, 51, 53, 55, 57.
It's really important that I remember my score right now, because I don't remember my score right now.
It was either 57 or 59.
Okay, so someone won. What was my score?
I don't remember.
I got to 45 with this. I got to 45. I bumped to 55 when I had this, and then I got to 59 with that.
59 to 57.
It was 59 to 57. You were closer than I thought. Wow. Okay.
If I had just gotten one more of these character cards,
then you would have tied. And what's the tiebreaker? I can't remember the tiebreaker. Let's find out the tiebreaker.
I spent my last action getting a 7-point card. So
that is important. The tiebreaker in the game is going to be, in the case of a tie, the player with the most mantas in their reserve. I have 3 to your 3.
Yeah, but do yours count? Because they're purple.
Yes, they do. They count. If there's still a tie, the lowest number written on their king card wins the game. What's your king card?
We're not tied. Are we just going through this for the emotions?
I have a 6. Yeah, it's just fun. It's fun. Why not? I have a 6 on mine.
I have an 8.
Haha.
You would have won. Fine.
Even if we hypothetically tie. Okay, cool. So, this is going to be Aquatica. We have all these cards, all these locations, all these things we're doing, all these points we are scoring.
Fun as always.
Shh, spoilers. Spoilers.
Fine, my smile. I will just leave the smile on my face.
Okay, cool. So, here's what we're going to do over here. So, this is Aquatica. This is Aquatica with the Cold Waters expansion. And basically, let's start with this. Shira, what do you like about the game?
First of all, I like the artwork.
Okay.
I love the sea. I love the color blue, which goes really hand in hand together.
Lots of blue lighting in this particular video.
Yes. So I love the color blue. I really like the artwork. And then I like the mechanisms. I like you have different options of winning. You can focus on different strategies. I like all the different actions that are interesting, like Scout puts your cards up here and gets you a discount and puts cards in the discard pile. You can conquer locations, you can go for characters with cool abilities, you can go up there, and even without the expansion, there's different ways to win by focusing on different things. I like these boards, that the cards slide up.
Very elegant.
It's very, really nice. And it's also blue. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's
her favorite
blue.
color is blue. She's one of those people who needs a mug that says, I always play as blue, because she does always play as blue. Unless the artwork for the character is not that nice, in which case you'll go to secondary colors.
Which is red.
Yeah.
That's usually my secondary color because of my hair.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I didn't know your secondary color, no. I didn't pay that much attention.
Red is my secondary color. What about you? What do you like about this game?
I like, so be prepared. I like a ton of things about this game. This game is, I mean, this went from completely not on my radar to a game that I am really, really enjoying. There's so many different aspects that I like. So to begin with, well, I don't care about the artwork, honestly. That's something you like. I'm not against the artwork. It just doesn't call to me. This is not a game. In fact, one of the reasons it wasn't on my radar is the artwork did not speak to me. It's depth and blues and ocean stuff and totally fine. But past that, once we get past the artwork, which is okay, but doesn't pull me in, I like a lot of different things about the game. I like the multiple pathways to victory. There are so many different things you can do, so many different engines you can build through the cards you acquire. You can build a card that goes heavy on conquering, as I just did. You can buy these cards that cleverly escape the confines of the game, like going through this kind of pile to buy these high point cards. The way you score and utilize the top row and the different combinations, because we're playing with a small subset. There's going to be 20 cards you put in the top row. In every game, you use only 8 of them. That means the number of combinations of different cards that will play off each other in different ways on that top row just provide totally different play experiences every single time. Do I want to go heavy on Mantis? Which I almost did, by the way. I tried going heavy Mantis, but the game end was triggering a little earlier than I expected, so I had to pivot and adjust to scoring cards on my location board, because otherwise these wouldn't have been worth any points, and of course all the time I spent raising them is now a complete waste, because whatever. But I like the raising ability. The raising ability is one of the most innovative things I've seen in games. The idea that you have this card over here and you just raise it when it's beneficial to do so, absolutely love it. Very innovative, works really well. Other games have probably done something similar, but the way this combines with the player board makes it very, very intuitive in the sense. Go ahead.
I have another thing that I enjoy. I like the different ways of triggering game end. You can either run out of this card pile of characters, you can run out of locations, and you can also put all 4 of your mantas up there. So there's different like timelines that you have to follow, and you also have to keep track of the other person, because you only had 1 more red.
Yes.
So if you would have put your other red up, you would have
triggered
endgame that way versus the cards running out. So it's a lot to
Yeah, and last thing, speaking of variations on game time length and whatnot, one of the things I like about the game is I like how you can play it different ways. The base touched I prefer, and this we touched on this at the beginning.
Yes.
Which way do you prefer? Which scoring method?
I like the expansion scoring method.
Yeah. So same here. So we played both the base game and the expansion scoring method. I will say that my tiers are going to be, in terms of least to most, are going to be printed on the board base game. Then variable goals base game is a little bit more interesting. Those can extend the game length a little bit. They're a little harder to get. So you have these variable different goals, two-sided. You can use a combination of what's printed on the board and those goals. So that mixes up the game a little bit. And our favorite, in terms of the way of playing, is going to be with the expansion. But that said, if I want to play, I mean, this game wasn't that long. 2 players is roughly 40 minutes or so. Yeah. But if I wanted to play this game, even a 3-player game, in half an hour, playing with the base game alone, just that quick scoring goals, you'll be able to knock out a game very quickly. So obviously, as you've seen,
also have a lot of variation. You get to pick whichever cards. Like, I know you said the other side had variation with the coins and which side you use. This also has variation with
there's 20 different
whatever
scoring
goals.
Cards. Yeah.
So it's always a mix.
So there's a large variety both in the way you choose to play the entire game as well as the actual cards and whatnot within each of those 2 ways.
I want more expansions.
I want more expansions. I'm not opposed to more expansions. I feel there's a lot here we haven't fully seen, a lot of different strategies we haven't fully pursued.
For sure.
Some of these cards are going to be, when you're playing with the expansion cards, you're going to mix up different cards and take out some, so you're never going to see the full complement of cards, of characters in every game. But that said, I am certainly not averse to anything that gives us more of this game. What did you not like?
Come back to me. You go first.
Okay, cool. I'm going to be nitpicking away. This is all nitpicks, meaning there's not a single thing that I can really point at this game that falls into the I do not like category. This is a solid game that completely blew me away. With Dice Tower's Essentials label well earned as far as, my own personal opinion. But as far as don't like, to begin with, we touched upon this, I'm definitely dinging a point for the color of those. It's such a pain. It's such an annoying thing that these games that I really love always have one thing that just is annoying and whatever. I want a reprinted, painted something where I can actually see the tokens. I literally have to like look at these and like flip them all over and try to like hunt down to try to find which one has which symbol.
Especially
it is an
with the way
absolute
the light
pain.
is reflecting. That like is also not helpful.
That's true. That is true. We do have lights in the basement, but we've played this without studio lighting, and it was not easy either. So that's gonna be my first nitpick over there. Second nitpick. I had more of these. I had more nitpicks. Oh, second nitpick. This is definitely a nitpick again. I said nitpicks, so just bear with me.
Yeah.
These cards, you can't sleeve these cards for two reasons. One, they gave you an annoying shape of card that doesn't have standardized sleeves. And there might be sleeves that do exist, but does not fit the standardized sleeves. And even if you did, you'd have to deal with putting them in here and making sure they fit, making sure they work within that player board. So they basically gave me a game that I cannot fully sleeve. As someone who is an avid sleever of cards, nitpick away.
That was actually something I was thinking about that I would say as what I dislike.
Yeah. Oh, you dislike what? That you can't
that
sleeve
you
it?
can't sleeve them.
I like my cards sleeved.
I get
do.
nervous playing with your game if the cards aren't sleeved.
Yeah, she's a firm rule. If she ever destroys or damages a game, she's gone out. So, you know, that's how it works. Let's see. What else was I think I had a third nitpick. I'm trying to remember what my third nitpick was. This is where having my little bullet point index card full of notes is helpful. Do you have anything you don't like before I come back to my third nitpick? Because I can't remember right now.
I don't necessarily like how the price goes up, but not necessarily the, like, quality of the card. Like, you might have a really good card here for 1 money and a really bad card here for 5 money.
So that can happen more as an early game situation, because early game that can happen. As the game progresses, if that good card comes out, buy it. Once you wait, that's the nature of the card rows. The nature of card rows is that first starting row can be unbalanced. As the game progresses, it almost inherently self-balances. Almost.
Right, that's just it's a nitpick. Yeah.
I know. Listen, I'll nitpick from today to tomorrow. I'm trying to think, because I know I had one more nitpick.
If you found sleeve sizes, you could actually sleeve these cards that don't go in our player boards.
That's only half helps me. The ones that I'm touching more, I am curious. I am curious if I do find a sleeve size. In fact, if anyone of you have sleeved this game and they do work, let me know. You'd obviously have to sleeve it upside down, which is already going to trigger all kinds of OCD, but at least it would functionally work. Past that, I know I had something else I don't like, but as I can't recall. Or maybe there was something else I don't like.
Similarity between red and orange?
No, I mean, I'll take that. The colors are very similar, but that's not a big deal for me over there. I will say, like I said, the artwork doesn't pull me in. Works for you. Yes. For me, it doesn't pull me in. But I feel I had another nitpick, but it is what it is. The game gets a pass on that nitpick because I can't remember what it was. As far as final thoughts, any specific final thoughts?
I love it.
Yeah, a solid game. This one completely rated 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you?
That means it's planning on staying.
It's planning on staying.
Yay. 5 out of 5.
Yeah. This has been, and it's weird. It's weird for me to give this a 5 out of 5 because I feel like the game weight doesn't fit. I mean, that's not true. I do have games that are in this weight class that are 5 out of 5s, but it is so immensely satisfying every single time I've pulled this out and triggered those combos and built my engine. Oh, that was my last nitpick. My last nitpick was going to be that the game ends a little sooner than I would like, but that is a fixable nitpick because you can literally, unless you're playing with 4 players, in which case you have no control, but if you're playing with 3 or 4 players, the cards you take out to mitigate the game length, you can put them right back in. Because one thing we did notice is when you're playing the base game, these goals tend to go first. So that you can't really control for. But I would only play the base game if I wanted a shorter experience.
Well, because the base game, you're constantly racing against people to get the 8s points versus the 5. Yep. And so you don't take the time necessarily to...
Also, these don't require character action, so they just go faster.
Right. Yeah. It's just, it's a race. So, like, in your race to put all 4 of yours up there to beat someone else for the 8s, you inherently end the game sooner before you want it to
But in the expansion, if you're playing with the expansion, the way it's always ended for us in the expansion is through the decks, not through someone getting 4 up there. And the decks you can always buffer up a bit by adding a few more cards. So that other nitpick you can put in there. But that goes back to that thing I was trying to think through. But yeah. It's a solid game. The engine building, the characters development, I want more characters. I want more of these scoring objective cards. I don't mind more of these tokens over here for when I do play the base game. The ocean cards, I don't feel I need more variability there. The amount of ocean cards that you cycle through every game and the amount you actually experience, unless they started adding text-based abilities on the cards, which could be interesting. If you added some sort of text-based ability when you buy this card, X, Y, and Z happens.
Don't we have an expansion in here? The white cards?
Yeah, the white cards are an expansion.
Are an expansion.
Yeah, but I just feel like if you just added more variations of those cards, it wouldn't impact my, experience.
But it would make the deck bigger.
Well, they'd make you take the cards out because they're going for a game length.
No.
Okay, that is basically it. That is going to be Aquatica as well as the Cold Waters expansion from Arcane Wonders. I always mix up Renegade and Arcane Wonders. This just sticks in my head. I don't know why. But from Arcane Wonders, Dice Tower's Essential line, and both of them 5 out of 5 on this. Until next time, I'm Alex.
I'm Shira.
And have a good one.